It's Sunday. Today we're going to be talking about upgrading the wheel, a standard wheel, the wheel that's on your 252. When I say upgrading, it's if you run the Vermeer teeth on it, it's how to upgrade your cutting system as far as basically removing teeth and pockets to where your machine doesn't have such a drag down on it. And some of your teeth don't hardly ever get wear on them because the machine's not that powerful to where it can make deep cuts. I know some of you are probably going to argue with me or whatever, but it's the truth, okay? And also I'm going to show you some tools you might need to remove this, because I started this project yesterday afternoon, late in the afternoon. I was going to try to film the whole thing, and I stopped because these are the original pockets off the machine from when it was purchased. How do I know? It still had the Vermeer yellow paint on them, all around them, and on the pockets themselves. Machine has 400 and change hours on it. So those bolts to hold the pockets on were seized on. So I'll show you a couple of tools you need to take them off. I was able to break a couple of them for you, and the other ones I had to cut off. You could use a torch, which I chose not to because I was going to film it, but I got so involved I didn't film taking them off. But I'll show you some remnants of what's left. And another thing is, I want to tell you guys before I show you the machine and how to do this, I want to say thank you. So many guys reached out on the last video of the 252 project of starting on the swing speed. I asked for the proper battery size. One guy made a video, and I'm going to post a link of his, and he even told me about a pulley upgrade for the hydraulic pulley, and you know what, we're going to do that too. So I'm going to, every week or every other week, we're going to post something on the 252 project. And you know, I showed you about the auto sweep problem. Another guy jumped in, told me some possible problems of my connections on the box, the machine, as far as properly being grounded in all the different locations and all the electrical hookups being properly cleaned and all. So we'll do that too. I'm going to show you, they also showed me the hydraulic filter rather than buying Vermeer, which one to buy. I'll source it out and show you how to change the fluid on this. I'll show you how to change belts on this. You know, as I bring this thing, maintaining up in the next total month, I'll make a video on everything I do on it and how to do it. So if you're new to it or buy one of these used, you'll know all the basic maintenance on them, okay? I don't want you to have to go to a dealer. You can do this, all right? If you were able to buy this, if you're able to run a lawnmower, if you're able to change a spark plug, you can do this, all right? I've also ordered something to where one guy told me, fantastic guy, jumped in and told me, hey, it doesn't seem like your engine's running at maximum RPM. So I ordered a testing equipment off of Amazon. For next week's video, we're going to check out tells me RPM on the engine to bring it up to the proper RPM. Should be about 3,600 RPM. And so we'll make sure our motor's up to full RPM. And that same tool can be used on lawnmowers, chainsaws. It's really cheap, the one I bought. Later on, I'll buy a more expensive one that it's even nicer. But I bought the cheap one so that I could put a link up there, and for like 12, 15 bucks, I can't remember exactly what it was. Amazon should bring it in the next couple of days so you could get going on the cheap, okay? So let me stop this, set up, show you about the teeth system and all I went through to get it done. Okay, let me show you the tools in order to do this. Don't look at the wheel first. Let's go to the tools. That's a 3/4 inch breaker bar. You can use a 1/2 inch breaker bar. It had the specialty socket that fits into the bolts that hold your pockets on, okay? Now, let me tell you, those original pockets, they're seized on, all right? What do you think's missing there? Oh, the other end down there of the socket. This is a 3/4 inch breaker bar with an adapter that reduces it down to a 1/2 inch. I got the first set of pockets off with this, put a cheater bar to go to pocket number 2, snapped off the head. Now I've had this a long time and maybe it had a little failure in it, but these things were seized on. I weigh 200, almost 240. I put every bit of my back or whatever, and a cheater bar to break it, and that's when it said goodbye. So stuff happens. Now, I was going to use my torch setup and cut it off. I decided not to use a torch setup because not everybody's got a torch. But everybody can go out anywhere and get a 4.5-inch hand grinder. You can go to Harbor Freight or any of big box stores and buy the 4.5-inch disc cut-off wheels. Okay. Now, I went through about 5 to do this. It took me 2 hours, but, you know, I was using a phone and stuff like that. So we got a breaker bar, the specialty socket, cut-off wheel, and the grinder. And a persuader. You're going to need a persuader. That's, I think, a 2.5, 3-pound hammer. Small sledge. All right, let me show you what happens here. All right. When these teeth are, let me put it in the pocket hole so you can see. This is the opposite side. See, there the bolts are right there. Here we go here. I cut straight down the center across both bolts and then across the top here of one a little bit. And that freed up enough to hit the persuader. I knocked it back this way. Okay, came right off. You're going to lose a pocket. These things are seized on. You're going to lose one. All right, I mean, lose one as far as it's no good no more. But the other side, it's still good. All right. Now, I'll be able to get these off because I've got different tricks. I'll use the torch, I'll heat it up, or I've got access to an inductor. Some guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but basically it goes on here and heats the bolt up so hot to a glowing red to where I can get them out. All right. And this one here would knock right out in a vise with a sledgehammer, pop right out the other way because it's not threaded in. It's stuck in. All right. So that's that. So prepare yourself for a little time. Don't think I'll just go do this, bam, 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 bam. If you don't have all the tools, make sure you have all the tools. It's going to take a little time. Now, as far as the wheel, let me show you something else here. Hold on, let me get one of these. Show you the difference. I'm staying with Vermeer because this video is about using a Vermeer, what you got on a Vermeer, upgrading it, right? Upgrading with what you have. All right, so there's our tooth, right? Tooth in our pocket. Later, I will upgrade this to the Green Teeth 900 series, which all I'm going to have to do is remove the 6 pockets and replace them. Now, why would I do that? Well, one thing is I've got a large supply of these. Another reason I'm going to show you, and somebody's going to argue with me, but it's all right. I want you to look at these. Hard to do with one hand, but I'm marching in the same holes. We're going to lift up the Green Teeth pocket. It's about the same thickness, heavy duty, but it's got a longer neck. All right, so it's going to protrude just a little bit longer. Basically, like one of the other ones that you took off down here, it sticks out a little further than this, just a little bit. So that's how it's going to be. You don't run 700s, you run 900s. All right. You're going to have to, you can call Green Teeth direct and ask them for the 252 upgrade kit with the 900s. There's a guy there at Green Teeth. His name is Chris Peters. He'll walk you through the whole thing. And then when you put the new bolts in, please ask them, if you don't have it near you, ask them for it. They'll send you a small bottle of anti-seize, put it on the threads. When you thread them in, it'll come out later. You won't be seized on like these. These pockets, look, they still have the Vermeer regular paint. Came from the factory. This machine's got about 400 hours. They've never been removed. These bolts were seized on, and they were no fun, okay? So, all right, you see, that's why later on, I'll even do the upgrade for you. I'll cut these off in the end. All right, not today, but with Green Teeth, I'll call them, get the proper size bolts to go for this wheel, and I'll use some leftover pockets I had, and we'll do that one together in another video. So, your wheel, you got all your teeth on here. Which ones do I remove, Adam? Which ones do I remove? First thing you're going to do, first thing, there's another video on YouTube, a guy from Canada does a very good job explaining this to you. I'll put a link to his video also in here, okay? But the first thing you're going to do is find your pinhole, all right? Just take this pocket's all the way around this wheel. There's a locking pinhole here, all right? Directly across, let's pull this up. Yeah. There's your other pinhole. The pinholes are to lock your wheel when you're putting on teeth and stuff, right? So I marked P1, pinhole number 1. Pinhole number 2. All right? All my teeth are on here. So before you do any of this, you're going to number. You can put whatever number you want here. Letter A, the other one B. I put pin 1, pin 2. So I know where my pinholes were. All right? Now, the S stands for save for me. That means pocket stays, we're saving it, right? So your pinhole number 1, S1. You're saving 1, right? Now, this is what I want you to do before you do anything else. You're going to mark the 2 pinholes, like I say. You're going to go around your whole wheel, starting wherever pin you start with. You're going to go around the whole wheel, and you're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's our pinhole. This is 5, 6, 7. That's 8. And pinhole 1. All right, so what there is 2 pinholes, 8 pockets on one side, 8 pockets on the other side, it's 16 pockets, right? I just want you to remember 8. So we'll come back around here. Very easy. Pinhole number 1. S means we're saving pocket number 1. Don't take it off. Leave it on. We're getting rid of 2. We're getting rid of 3. Pocket number 4, S. It stays. We're leaving it. Pocket number 4 stays. There's pinhole number 2, right? Pocket number 5, goodbye. Pocket number 6, goodbye. Pocket number 7 stays. 7 stays. 8, goodbye. We're back to pinhole number 1. Remember, directly across is pinhole number 2. So remember, 1 is good. We keep it. 2 is gone. 3 is gone. 4 stays. We found pinhole number 2. Pocket number 5 is gone. Pocket number 6 is gone. Pocket number 7 stays. Pocket number 8, goodbye. And we're back to pinhole number 1. Very simple. It's not rocket science. I know you're going to be like, oh, God, what is it? Find your 2 pinholes first. Then you mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then there's your pinhole. So then we go around and remove, right? So once again, pinhole number 1 stays. 2's gone. 3's gone. 4 stays. There's your pinhole number 2. 5 gone. 6 gone. 7 is a winner. It stays. Number 8 is gone. And we're back to the pin. It's not that hard. The hardest part is getting the freaking teeth off. So there you have it. That's our upgrade for the week. Now, I will tell you one more thing. Green Teeth has that set up where you're going to change those pockets. Now, they have a couple other wheel alternatives if you had. They've got one that looks like a straight bar that comes across. They have a pocket system that slides in. It's very similar to the old Alpine systems with 1 bolt in the center, pulls out, and there's 3 teeth. And it's just a straight bar. 3 teeth over here, 3 teeth over here, it's 6. It looks weird as hell. I've used that system. I was a tester years ago for that. It's very aggressive. It works, but you got to buy the wheel, you got to buy the pocket system, and then you got to buy the teeth. Okay. They also have one that looks like an X. Same system. This has more cutters on it. Okay. Very good system. Liked it. I had it on a diesel Bandit 2450, I think that machine was called. And I had the straight bar across when they first came out. Very, very, very aggressive. It was a beast. To me, honestly, it was a little harder. My machine was already older. It was harder on my belt system. I should have got the one that was like an X, but you know, it was all in development. So I was a tester on it. I kept a logbook on the wear sharps that were new, the teeth that they had, and how the pockets affected it. I was blessed. You know, I've been around a long time. So this system here, no one taught it to me. Back when I'm at 252, nobody was talking about this stuff. You know, all you had was your Vermeer dealer and yada, 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 yada. Anyway, so that's today. So you know you can go on the internet, go to Green Teeth Manufacturing, look at the different systems they have, or look at the upgrade, and they'll have a PDF picture of how to do what I just did. There's a PDF picture in there. I'll put a link to Green Teeth Manufacturing on the video's description. I'm also going to put a link to a YouTube video made by a guy he went out and he's made 6 video attempts to show me everything I was talking about on these machines that I needed help with. He took the time in his garage to do that. All right, he said it took 6 attempts to make the video, to get it all, you know, not miss anything that I was asking for. God love you guys, man. You guys been the greatest. I'm just trying to give back to you guys. I really don't need to be doing this on this machine because Big Booty Judy's doing great, and I've got a new machine on order, new 2550. Someone's going to ask me the price. Give or take, I think it's around $56,000. All right, I'm telling you to start out small. All right, don't go out and please don't go out and buy yourself a big ass stump grinder and think you're going to conquer the world. I took time to build my business. All right, so I don't care what you're doing: mowing, trees, window washing, flower beds, landscaping, fixing appliances, refrigerators. This whole page is about having your hustle. Everyone needs a side hustle, and that's what this is about. All right, give me a second. I want to say something to you, you military and police guys. Just hold on a minute. I got to switch this around. To those of you that have waited around, and those of you, yesterday was 9/11. It's a special day for me. I was in the fire service at the time, and I just got off duty when it happened, and got home, saw it, went back to the station, saw it, building number 2. It was a stressful time in America and in other places around the world. So all you military guys that are coming back now, the war is over. You know, the war that a lot of people forgot about, that you were over there. I never forgot about you. A lot of Americans never forgot about you. And you know, you guys are from Canada, all the and British and all the NATO countries that helped us. I just want to say God bless you to you. You know, this world is full of a lot of hate, and not just in the big hate, smaller hate. There's a lot of pricks out there, and my channel is about how not to be a prick. All right? So don't ever stop helping people. If you see someone in trouble, help them. If you see something suspicious in your country, wherever you're at, report it. You know, don't go by that saying, snitches get stitches. I grew up in the streets. I know all the street sayings. You know, I don't know if you could see, there's a line on my neck. A lot of times it's covered up. Broke my neck in a house fire years and years ago. I still suffer from something. I'm going to be very honest to you guys, and YouTube helps me by telling you guys about it. I suffer from a sickness called post-traumatic stress disorder. A lot of you military guys got it. You've seen things that a normal person can't see or should never see. A lot of you police officers see stuff on a daily basis that the normal person doesn't see, and the news only gives you a little glimpse of what happened. A lot of you firefighters, medics, corpsmen have seen things that no one should see in their lives. But you know what? You're a real man. Adapt. Overcome. Find yourself a hobby. Find yourself a business. If you start a side hustle, I want you to give it 100%. I want 100%. Owning a business is twice as hard as being an employee. Now, if you want to be an employee, that's fine. Be the best employee that boss could ever have. That doesn't mean you're a kiss ass. That means you're a man. You're a great man. Bring home to your money home to your family. Take care of your family first. If you know, Some people overdrink. I'm asking you one thing. I'm not asking you to quit alcohol. I'm asking you one thing. Maybe cut back a few brewskis, all right? Instead of drinking a 6-pack, why not try a 2? Or how about instead, you have dinner or whatever, pour a glass of wine for your wife and a glass of wine for you. I do it now, a glass of wine. I've never really been a drinker, but a glass of wine makes dinner go a lot better and decompress. And one more last thing. This has been week number 8 this past that my son's been with me. It's been the greatest 8 weeks of my life. He's turning out to be quite the man. He knows how to run the machine. Safety first, safety first. I don't even have to even preach that to him. I watch him from a distance with my eyes. If I see something doing wrong, a little grind or whatever, and I see him frustrated, I walk up to him. I don't yell. All right? What I do is I says, hey, you might want to try it a little this way. I see you having a little difficulty that way. Hit it from this angle. And he doesn't make faces. He doesn't get angry. He says, okay, and does it. He's learning. It's hard to go from father, which you're always telling your kids, hey, 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 hey. Now boss, to now, basically it's all three. It's, I'm his dad no matter what. I'm his boss, but he's going to be his own boss soon. I'm also his friend. A lot of people tell you, you can't be friends with your kids. You can. There's borderlines or whatever, things, you know, that you don't cross or whatever. But you can be friends with your kids, all right? Make your kids want to be with you, not can't wait to get away from you, all right? So all you soldiers, Marines, sailors, airmen, thank you. God bless you. See you on the next one.